Hey guys, hope everybody's doing well. This will be part 3. That was weird, it was like a feather or something. So hopefully you guys can see the shimmer on here. Turned out so nice. And then as I expected, the paper would cover any of the shimmer underneath. So yeah, I'm really digging this like pretty glittery color. So I'm going to just be doing some more like experimentation as far as like maybe choosing some different colors to use for the portrait that I actually want to put like in the center of this particular piece. I know we're not supposed to put everything like in the exact center, but the piece that I'm going to be doing really is going to be like perfect for what I'm doing. I don't know, because if I do it right here, I know they say you should have more in your future than in your past. I mean, I technically could put, yeah, but then the focal point would still not be. I'll work on that. I'll figure it out. I'll have to play around with some stuff and just kind of see what happens, because maybe even if I stuck the portrait right here and if I did like a giant flower right here or something, but it's got to be touching at least 3 sides. 1, 2. Yeah, I'll definitely have to play around with that and see what I can come up with. Because this, like most of my pieces, I like to work free. Like I like to have a plan of like subject matter that I want to paint. But as far as like the backgrounds, I love for them to be as abstract as possible. And for like this specific piece, I have a portrait in mind, but I was kind of hoping like the whole background would be like this, but the color for the background, I want it to be kind of a creamy color. So in between where I put the stencil would be a creamier color. So I pulled some. As you guys can see, my colors are like almost gone because these are the ones I reach for the most. My burnt umber, my burnt sienna, white, obviously. I use these all the time. My transparent brown iron oxide, transparent red iron oxide, and then the vivid pink, Da Vinci, my favorite. So yeah. So I guess I'll just kind of do some color mixing here on this tossable palette. And I'm so bummed, you guys. I went back to the $1.25 store and I literally could not find any more. I'm like, when are they going to restock these? And then of course, when you ask them, they never know. So that's not helpful. All right, let me see. Maybe I'll work on the background color that's going to be in between the stenciling. And I'm not going to do this like in perfection mode or anything whatsoever. I just want to get it in there for general idea. And I'm just using some cheapo brushes just to kind of see what I got that might be, oh, here we go. Here's my Meeden number 6. That actually should fit perfect. Okay. So yeah, this isn't about perfection. This is just about experimentation to see, oh yeah, which color did I want to use for the back? It definitely has some yellow in it. What in the world? Maybe I should have grabbed something with yellow, because I was thinking this was like a creamy color for the background, which it kind of is, but it has more of like a yellow. Man, once you have artist eyes, you see like a bazillion colors and it's kind of hard to like, even the shadows I'm seeing in here are throwing it off. Okay, so maybe that beigey color I had in mind is not gonna work. I'm thinking I might have to get some kind of yellow. I got transparent yellow iron oxide. We got cadmium yellow deep. That is way too bright. We do not need cadmium yellow medium. What's this one? Gambage hue. That's a really hard one to say. What color is this? Oh, that's pretty. I like that. Oh, I haven't even used this one yet. Okay, that's very pretty, but I don't think, oh, no, it's not the right kind of yellow. Yeah, I might go with something like this with white for the back. And the reason being too, like I noticed that the background has more of a yellow hue to it. So if I do that, and then when I go to use this glitter violet blue green on top, those are two, like, what would you call it? Like complementary colors, essentially. The yellow and like the violet that would come off of it. So let's just kind of play around here with some of this transparent yellow iron oxide. Oh, that is such a nice color. I really like that. And then some white. I have to use pliers. Not as young as I used to be. And then we shall mix those. See what kind of color I can come up with. Might even have to add a touch of the brown like I was thinking, but we'll see what happens. So we're just gonna mix this until it's kind of the right color. Yeah, it's almost giving me like an orange vibe versus yellow. I don't know. I don't know if that's what I really want to do. Maybe I should go get that brighter yellow. Lame! I was hoping that would be bright enough, but doesn't seem like it really is. Ooh, that's crazy. The luminous colors by Holbein are absolute fire. Just gonna throw that out there. I mean, obviously I wouldn't use that in this piece, but like, whoo, that's a really bright color. Okay. So cadmium yellow, medium. Let's try the medium to see what we get. Oh! Leave it to me to mix my paint. All right, let me find a napkin here so I can clean that up. That was silly. I would say I can't believe I just did that, but like that would be a freaking fat lie. Okay, so because it has a little bit, let's pull it from right there. Oh yeah, that's probably gonna be way more closer to the colors I'm seeing. A little bit more. And then get some more white. Actually, the yellow is kind of speaking to me. I was almost against it, but you know what? Buckle up, Buttercup, because I feel like that's where it's going. Okay. We will do that in between. And like I said, this is not about perfectionism whatsoever. I just want to lay some paint in there so I have a general idea what it's gonna look like. Need my water. Give it a good old spritz. And boop. Hi, Rasta. I'll let you out in a little bit, babies. And I know. I'll let you out. Oop. See a different one over on that. But I was thinking about it too yesterday. I was like, oh, maybe I should lay the background color on there first. And then I was like, oh, wait, back that up. I'm going to be sketching on first my subject. And then I can do the background stuff because I don't want anything under the subject, not even this stencil with the modeling paste. I don't want that to be under the portrait. So, oh, I can't even see it under that butterfly. Forgot what I was saying. Getting right brain land, and it's like, what? Yeah, I don't want the modeling paste under the stencil or under the portrait, so yeah, I'm gonna have to wait on doing the color. It's like I get so excited, but I'm glad that I like thought that through, because I've made that mistake before and realized, oh, that's not the proper step. I should have done that, or how I wanted it to look, you know. So, okay, I'm actually digging this yellow. I didn't think I was going to, but yeah, I actually like that a lot. It looks really nice. This one's gonna have more of like, I can't really say like a neutral tones, but like kind of, I guess more muted, just for the sake of the portrait, because I really want the portrait to stand out. Those colors actually look really good together, and the gold isn't bothering me with that yellow either, which I'm kind of surprised. Wasn't sure if I was gonna like that, but I do. Okay. So in a way, this will be like partially a process video, I guess, because I'm kind of talking you through like how the process is gonna go for this piece. And I can't really say I haven't done one like this. Not with these exact steps, but like pretty dang close as far as how I normally paint. So it's pretty cool. Oop, that went over like big time. Whoopsies. And I think it's fun to share like ideas, because this like totally came to me out of like nowhere. I don't know where the line is right there, so I'm just gonna wing it. Totally out of left field when the idea struck. So that usually means I'm meant to be painting this. Like that's what I've noticed anyway. Like when I have just that random idea and it just pops in my head, I have to go with it. Like for some reason, it's just, it is what it is. But I think that's part of the creative process. At least mine. Could just be my creative process. I don't know. Oh my gosh, this yellow is legit. Like, I freaking like it. Which is funny because I'm not like, I mean, yellow used to be my favorite color, but now it's orange. Ever since I started painting, it became orange. Which is so weird. I used to hate orange. But after you paint with that, especially in oils, oh goodness, it is totally stunning, especially with the complementary colors. Oh yeah. Oh, there's a hair. Come on, come on, come on. Did I get it? Okay. Yeah, I like this. It also helps the texture like pop forward too, which is awesome. It gives that extra like depth. Pretty sweet. So yeah, this color would definitely be going down first after I do the portrait, with like sketching it on and then doing charcoal, because I love charcoal. Not a necessary step, but I love charcoal. So, and with this piece, I'm gonna do something a little different, I think, don't quote me, but I don't think I want to paint the realistic like skin tones and whatnot. Like I feel like I want the sketch to actually show, and I might just do a glaze over my sketch. Kind of weird. It's not my normal thing, because like something in me tells me that it's not a finished piece if I do that, but that's kind of silly. Like, why would it not be a finished piece if that's what I want to do? I don't know. Weird. Anywho, so that's the general idea so far with the piece, is that I want to sketch and charcoal the portrait and possibly whatever else I want to add to it, or I'll just freehand everything else, or just, you know, after the fact. And then I'll do the background color, I'll do the modeling paste, and then I will do the heavy gel gloss with the pretty alcohol ink mixed into it to help varnish or get the what is it called? The tissue paper glued down on there. And then essentially it will look like this like rectangle right here. It'll look like that around the portrait. Oh my gosh, I'm already digging this. Yes. Okay, so we picked the right colors, guys. Okay, so cadmium yellow medium. I did not think that was going to be the color after I was just dogging it. So I'm going to use this with some white. It's a beautiful yellow. And then some of the other colors I'm going to be using for skin tone and hair. Come on, let me log into my iPad. Thank you. I think I will be using, I think burnt sienna and vivid pink for the portrait. So I'm going to put some of that out. Oh my gosh, work with me. There we go. And then I had another idea too that hit me earlier today. And I was like, okay, I guess we're going to go for that too. Or at least attempt and see if it's going to be a good fit. But I'll show you guys out here shortly. Oh my gosh, I'm almost out of burnt sienna. I'm going to cry. Like these two and my white are a necessity. And I'm almost out. Grr. Oh my gosh, I just got paint everywhere. How did I do that? Weird. Alright, so we are going to mix these two for a gorgeous flesh tone. And what did I do? Oh, there it is. I was like, what did I do with my brush? Okay, so let me dry that off really quick. Oh, it's like the world's tiniest brush. Maybe I should grab like a bigger one. I didn't want something that big. Goodness. Oh, here we go. Okay, I'll leave that in the water then. So I will use this one. This is a Intuition Flat number 6. Wait, was that one a number 6 too? Oh my gosh. Here's the Meeden number 6, and then this Intuition number 6. That's hilarious. Okay. So as far as portrait, we are going to mix the burnt sienna with this gorgeous vivid pink to create a stunning flesh tone. Now this is like, this glaze color that I'm creating, I normally use it as a glaze because it's just so freaking pretty as a skin tone over, like, if I had painted in acrylic first for like a first layer, and then before I go in with like my lights, like my midtones and lights, whatever, I would glaze the face like this really pretty color. But you know, looking at that picture, it's not, I don't know, it's not really like this color. I always have a habit of going with exactly what I see in my source photos, and so like it's hard for me to divert from that. But I haven't altered the photo, so like I'm trying to just go off of what I normally do just to kind of see how it turns out. I'm really liking this, but I don't know if it's gonna translate with this color if I'm not using the actual colors I'm seeing, and that's what's like messing with my head right now. Let's see, because the source photo is more of like an orange brown, or I could get away with transparent red iron oxide with some orange in it. I don't know. I really like this color though for skin tones because it just so pretty. So I guess I can just like pretend map in the face. Like I'm not making this perfect in any way. Just wanted to get some colors down just to kind of see what it would look like. I'll get some water because it's already trying to dry on me. Yeah, I don't know. I am not sold on using this color like I thought I would be. Okay, so this was just kind of like a general mapping in. This isn't like what it looks like at all, but we'll just kind of plop some things in here. Okay, so for that I can rinse off because it's drying on my brush. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm already starting to focus on the actual like colors. So, and I don't know. I think it's maybe because when the normal colors I'm using for even my backgrounds are more complementary to orange and pinks and stuff. So maybe that's why this color is not gonna work. I'm thinking I don't like that color. Not with this. Now if I were to stick true to like the source, let's see what would happen with that. Okay. So something more true to source. Let's just mix some colors and see what we can come up with here. A little bit more yellow. Then I need a brown. Hi, Rasta. Yeah, nope, not gonna work. That's not. Okay, I need like I don't have all the colors out. It's like not quite it. Okay. So I'm gonna put some transparent red iron oxide on there real quick just to see. My kids are already asking if I can pick them up after school. That's hilarious. That's too red. That's not dark enough brown. Let's add some of this. I'm like trying to hurry because I know stuff dries so fast with acrylics. Hey. All right, let's add some brown. I'm just bound to make a giant mess today. Okay, so let's mix a little brown into this and see what we come up with. Oof, it's like a dirty pumpkin color. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's add some white. Oh yeah, that's way better. That's way better. Let's see, a little bit more brown. A little more brown. It's getting closer. Okay, so this is a lot closer of a color. So let's try that. These look like the heads off Easter Island. That's what it reminds me of. Okay. let's see. What am I thinking? What colors are more, like I just feel like that is not doing it, which it normally works with the other color palettes that I normally use, but I just don't, I'm not seeing it. I kind of like this, more close to the actual color in the source. Nice. Okay, so this has browns, reds, yellows. And then for the hair part, it's gonna be a lot of red and brown. Yep, definitely red and brown. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. I thought I was like on a roll. I was like, yes, I'm gonna use my normal color that I normally use for skin tones. That just kind of blew me away. It was not working. Not for what I wanted anyway. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to stick closer to the actual source color. Like that wasn't exact, but it was definitely close enough for this little study here. So as far as the hair goes, it's gonna be a little bit of this, a little bit of that, kind of mixed together. I'm gonna do some of this darker area for the hair, and then it's gonna be more of a caramely color for the top. Oop. More caramely. With a hint of that. Oof, I'm not digging that. Why not? Step in the right direction. Okay. Let's see. There's that. It's definitely darker than I thought it was. Interesting. It's funny once you start color mixing, like, you never realize how dark things are or how light they are until you're trying to color mix in a way to kind of match. So this isn't exact, but that's okay. Just getting the gist of it in there. And we're gonna do some of that, some of that, some of that. Okay. Yeah, that's actually going to be a lot cooler than I thought. Okay. So basically that's where the hair is going to be. Okay. I know it looks totally like totally weird right now, but that's just me kind of working through it a little bit. Odds are I'm gonna end up making it look realistic, and yeah, because my mind works so technical that it's like almost unavoidable. Okay, so another thing I kind of wanted to play with, I was hoping to find like the perfect colors, the right match for like what I wanted to do. So like technically this piece, like, don't look at that. But I also, like, it came to me this morning that, ooh, what if I wanted to do some of the Pearl X powders, like kind of coming down the top. I still haven't decided or not yet if I wanted to do some of like the gold splatters around the portrait and then some drips coming down of like a color that just goes with it. But like, since I'm not 100% sold on the colors I'll be using for the portrait, it's gonna be kind of a toughie. But I guess if I stick with the complement from the yellow, using either a violet, blue, or green, it would still kind of make everything like pop. So this is Interference Blue, which is absolutely gorgeous. I love these ones. I got this whole set like a year ago, and I'm obsessed. This one is Bruma Lavender. Oh, wait, hold on. Misty Lavender. But I kind of like the Interference Blue. I don't know. This is hard. I really like this one though when I hold it up to the source. So that might... Maybe I'll do like a mix of both. Blue and violet. Maybe I should do like a mix of all three from this. Violet, blue, and green. So do I have like a different green? Oh, these are all different blues. Let's see. Oh, here's an Interference green. Oh, that might be really cool. This is Interference Violet. I don't know if you guys can see the difference in there. This one looks like it's blue, violet, green. Yeah, I really like that. But I also dig this violet being as strong as it is with like that yellow. That actually should work. But just to be on the safe side, I'll hold up the blues on here. No, that's too much. What is that? True blue? Too strong. We know that one would work. And then, ooh, this Interference green, or not Interference green, I'm sorry, Spring green. That is actually really pretty against my source. And that yellow. Goodness. This is too hard to decide. This one is turquoise? Really? That doesn't look like turquoise. It looks blue. This one is Violet Brass. Oh, that's pretty too. What do those look like next to each other? I don't know. I don't really like that next to that one. Am I gonna like it next to this violet? Or is that gonna be too much? It's almost like I need to pick which one's gonna be the dominant color. I don't know. Green sure is beautiful though, and I'm not really a fan of green. Okay, so I'll have to decide. I feel like this color against that yellow though. Okay, so many decisions. Okay, so I added those. I'm gonna pick from those. I'll probably pick 2 or 3 out of the 4. Definitely Interference blue, Interference green for sure. And since I have the Interference green, maybe I should just stick to the lavender, but I will keep them all out just in case. So by the time I get to that step after oil, I'll be able to make like the final call after seeing the colors that I've actually used. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I need to keep that wet. So yeah, I know this was kind of like all over the place, guys. Just kind of talking to myself, I guess, through like what I'm thinking as I'm going through practice studies and just like seeing how I want it to work out, I guess. Hopefully how it will turn out. But normally my backgrounds are absolute chaos. Like I normally do a complete abstract background and then I put on my subjects and yeah. So this will be a little bit different of a process, but if it's something that I can see myself, like if it's something I wake up and I can't wait to do, well then maybe I just found like a totally new process that I just need to run with and do maybe a series with. That's really what I'm trying to focus on, is just figuring out, like, I already know a lot of the mediums that I love to use and some of the different steps, but it seems like since my mood varies as far as like my temperament with the different mediums and processes that I do enjoy doing is kind of different here and there. So that's like, that's where it's hard for me to decide on like a specific style, like nailed down concrete that I'm going to do every single time. That's where I struggle, is because my brain just goes 50 million directions. Like I love doing oil, like just straight up oil paintings where it's like, you know, the loose background, messy background, and then put on my subject, and that's quick, easy, done, right? But to me, it just doesn't feel like, it's art because I didn't do a ton of layers like I do with a lot of pieces, and gave it a ton of depth and a ton of, lots of things on it. I don't know. But maybe that's just my mind playing tricks on me, because like I think, art is supposed to be a certain way, or I don't know. I think talking yourself through like different processes is very, very helpful, but I'm trying to get like excuse me. Hold on one second. There we go. Trying to get those thoughts out of my head of, 1, perfectionism, 2, what art is, quote unquote, because really it's what you create. It's what came out of you, like it's, yeah. It does, I don't know. I can look at some people's art and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's art. Like my 5-year-old could do that. I don't, that just things in my mind like that are what are holding me up from, I think, picking a style. Like I love to work fast. I don't like the painting process itself to take a long time. So like the refinement stages in the oil, once I get to oil, it's kind of like, oh, I gotta go work on that. I gotta go finish it. Whereas if I'm doing a monochromatic portrait, it just flies. I can knock it out in like a day or 2, maybe 3 at most, and that's easy, fast, acrylic, I can knock that out like nothing. But I do like that because I like how fast it is. But then I'm like, oh, but that wasn't an oil, or I don't know, like maybe it's because I think, oh, it was so easy, it can't be art because that was so easy. Is that weird? Like those are the thoughts that are going through my head. I'm trying to like explain, like, I guess why it's been so hard to decide on a specific process, because there's a few that I really enjoy doing, but yeah, it's hard to just nail down one. I mean, I guess if I'm using a lot of the same mediums over and over and over, maybe if not exactly how I put them down in the same order, or if I don't use every single one of those mediums every single time, does it still reflect my voice or my style? I don't know. Those are things I'm trying to work through. And if you guys like have helpful information or like ways to hone in on that, like let me know. I would appreciate it. Because I really like want to, yeah, that green's totally not gonna work. I think that's not gonna work. Anywho, I got distracted. Yeah, but if you guys have like any helpful tips on that, like maybe I'm just super overthinking it, but like I feel like my style is recognizable, but I also don't have like a specific palette that I'm married to either. I like to work with at least 2 to 3 different color palettes. So I don't know if that is a deterrent for collectors, just because I love using 2 to 3 different color palettes. I don't know. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts and opinions on that? Like, I'd like to know. I genuinely like want to understand. But yeah, so this I think is a really great start for me personally. This is like giving me more visual something more to visualize to kind of hone in on it. And I'll obviously share for sure once I start on that piece. And since I already like started showing you guys kind of just some, you know, practice, experiment, like play with this one, I definitely want to show you guys the process of how I create the painting that I want to create from my source. So we'll definitely have to show the process. And I'm trying to decide, like, after seeing the middle right here, this yellow in between, because that's going to be painted on first, it's going to have this, the violet blue green glitter over top of that too. Because if I'm going to be putting on the tissue paper with the heavy gel gloss with that mixed in, now I wonder what that's going to look like over it. It won't be as matte. It would be glossy again. So I wonder how the portrait would be more shimmery because I'm using oils over top of my sketch. And again, that's going to be totally new for me too. Like, not actually painting in my subject is going to be very, very weird and uncomfortable for me because I normally paint everything. Like super, like not hyper realistic, but realistic. So is it going to bother me that I just put just the glaze on it? Is it going to drive me insane? Probably. But I'm trying to do different styles and techniques that also push me to kind of like experiment and get uncomfortable. Because how else am I supposed to figure things out or figure out what I like and don't like if I'm not making myself uncomfortable with my process? And so, yeah, wish me luck, guys. My anxiety's gonna go crazy. I just know it because I would like see the sketch and all it's gonna have is the glaze on it and I'm like, ah, I don't know. I'm hoping that it turns out like I want it to, that what I'm seeing in my head. That's what I'm hoping for. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off here, let this dry. Obviously, this is no crazy cool masterpiece or anything. I just wanted to play with some of the colors to see what would work best with what I'm trying to do. All right, guys. Well, I guess I will try to finish the painting that I'm currently working on today. I'll try to get that done, and then I can get started with the sketch on the actual painting that's going to be this one. And then I also have some hunting dog pieces that I need to get sketched out on some paper as well. So hopefully I can get all that knocked out today. Fingers crossed. So I'll see you guys on the next one.